Hi guys, a very good evening to all of you. So if I am audible, just type 1 in the chat box. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So hi guys, I'm Jatin and I'm the founder and CEO of Reverr. Reverr is basically trying to be a platform where we end up helping the startup entrepreneurs basically from all the way from zero stage, and no matter what stage you're at, Series A, Series B, seed, pre-seed, pre-Series A. What we are trying to do is we're trying to be an Amazon for startups, and we are planning to integrate a lot of AI into it. But right now the stage is all about Reverr School. Reverr School is an initiative by Reverr, wherein we tend to bring in the best of the best people to provide a free masterclass on topics which are very, very important in any entrepreneur's journey. So for today, we have Ms. Vandana Tolani, who is the founder and CEO of Convanto. And Vandana, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi, Jatin. Hi, Sheetal. Thank you for having me here. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'll quickly introduce all of you to myself. I was in Singapore and Jakarta for 15 years, where I headed my own family office fund. Essentially, this is my 10th year back in India. We did investments, then I went back to advisory and investment banking. In my 10 years, we have closed 185 deals in 40 countries. This month, we've already closed 7 more deals, which we get to announce as well in the market. We have helped in total 4 to 5 VC funds in India and abroad with their fundraisers, given a 350 plus talks, apart from which I have been awarded as Woman Entrepreneur of the Year 2021 and 2023, Global Woman Leader 2023, Top 10 Women Leaders in Wealth Management 2021. We are sole partners with a lot of companies to design their pitch decks, financial models, valuations, and business plan. We've also launched our own angel network, which is called Avinya Angel Network, which is in the process of streamlining as we just launched it last month. So this is all about myself and happy to take up this masterclass.
I don't think so. That is quite less. You've been very humble to say that, but that is not all. That's too much for us to, grasp. But all right, I think we'll get to the master class. So the format can be that you can finish sharing your knowledge and your opinions in this, and once everything is over, we'll open the stage for everyone to ask some doubts and questions. In between, if the time permits, we can for sure send the people into some breakout rooms where they can chit chat with each other and get to know each other. But that is only if the time permits. So, Vandana ma'am, all over to you.
Okay. So, Jatin, you will be sharing the screen for us? Okay, thank you. So, this part we've already covered. So, I think we'll just go to the next one. Now, see, your pitch is essentially not about just convincing the investors. It's also about sharing your passion and vision in a way that sparks excitement and fosters trust. Now, when we are in the startup industry and we become entrepreneurs, we must become very good storytellers. Why we need to become good storytellers? Because we need to sell our products to the investors. Apart from which, we need to be able to even sell our business. So why do we need a proper pitch deck? Why do we need a proper financial model? Why do we need a proper business plan? Why can't we just make anything and give it to the investors? If we do that, it will not sell to the investors If we cannot speak our story and passion through our pitches, then it cannot, sell to the investors. People will not buy our products if we are into a business. So it's very essential to have your pitch deck and these documents in order. We have Jatin over here who has a company sketch. He's a very good storyteller. The way he has convinced the investors to invest in his company sketch is a great example for that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Let's move on to the next slide. Now, understanding the investor's mindset and preferences, risk appetites and investment preferences enhances its effectiveness. Now, what happens is that we as CEOs, we think that we are capable of doing everything, and we are not able to tailor our pitch in the right manner. What is the investor looking for? What do you think the investors look for in a pitch deck? They look for market trends, they look for growth potential. They also look at what is the objective? I mean, what is the story that you are telling? What is your value proposition? What is it that you're bringing on the table? Do you have a team that complements each other? Is your team, so I have seen people start up a business, they get the money, but they don't know how to manage the money. Now, if you don't know how to manage the money that you have received from the investor, it is very, very important to hire a CFO. You can hire a virtual CFO. You can hire a proper CFO who is able to manage your money. I have seen people getting investments and people buying cars, treating cancer out of those investments. So why did they do that? Because they didn't know how to manage the money of the investors. Now, how do you understand what is the investor's mindset? What is the investor looking for? They are putting their hard-earned money into your company because they believe that you can make the money grow 10 times more and they can get the returns. But why will they put their hard-earned money if you are not able to create the right kind of story? If you don't know your competitive analysis, if you don't know, your market properly, if you don't know who is your target audience, if you don't even have a proper team, you cannot be good at everything. You cannot be good at selling also. You cannot be good at managing finance also. You cannot be good at managing operations also. So what is it that you need to have? A proper team which complements each other and you are in sync with each other throughout, so that the investors can help you with your investments. Now, crafting a compelling and unique value proposition. Now, how do you do that? Defining a distinctive value proposition that distinguishes your business is a paramount. Now, here I would like, Jatin to speak. How did he craft his unique value proposition on sketch so that, very quickly he got investments? I remember the first month we started it and the next month we already got investments. Jatin, would you like to explain how you created the value proposition among investors when you were pitching sketch? So this will be a used case for us, which we are going to discuss.
Surely, ma'am. So, guys, just for an introduction, Sketch is my other company. It's like one of the sisters of Reverr. What we did while going to the investors was just to be in the shoes of the investor and think that, at the end of the day, this person has earned a lot of money and it's a hard-earned money, blood and sweat. So why would he like to give that to us? Right. So we got a some of empathy there. So the only reason we found out that he would give us the money is because if we are doing something different, we are trying to create some, some actual good value, and only then he provide us with the money. Vandana ma'am also guided us throughout. She said that Jatin, and a couple of times I faced rejection from her as well. She's like, Jatin, don't do this. this is not what the market wants. And after that, we came up with a value proposition wherein we are trying to basically bring in the offline ads and providing a lot of structure to it, because in India, if you look at this, if the offline advertisement market, it is highly unstructured and very mature. There is not a lot of tech involved in that, but in Sketch, we are doing exactly that. We are trying to bring a lot of structure to it and making it so seamless for any brand or marketing agencies to run offline ads with a lot of seamless and in a very digital first manner. So this was one of the things that was this is going great places in the US, and it is something that is just starting in India. So this is what we are trying to do.
Yeah. So this is how we craft a compelling and unique proposition. You know, if you as a founder yourself don't know your company well, you cannot really pitch to the investors. So I have seen startups come with some unique proposition, some very good idea, but they cannot explain that to the investor. So that's another thing that you need to keep in mind, how you're going to do that, like how you're going to demonstrate that this is how you're going to scale, this is how you'll sustain in the market for a long period of time. So let's go on to the next slide. Now, elements of an impactful pitch deck. As you delve into crafting your pitch deck, remember to include the essential components. Now, what are the essential components? Compelling narrative, we already spoke about it, like, be a good storyteller. Clear value proposition, we explained through our use case sketch, and robust financial data that align with your business goals. Now, what happens is that some of you are unable to present that in forms of a graph or in forms of what is your future value proposition. It's very essential to have these things made by a professional, because as founders, you're not really used to doing these things on your own. Visual appeal is the key to capturing investors' attention, utilizing striking visuals. Now, why do we need to there are video pitches also that have come into power. We do make video pitches. I remember we made for a lot of companies. We guided them that it's very, very important to present yourself in a video, even your product on a video. Now, if you understand, then as small children, when a teacher explains you something through a video, you capture it fast. Then, if it is too much writing on writing on the board, etc. Why is that so? Because visuals, always, whether it's adults or whether it is small children, with visuals, people catch things faster, and it gives us a better presentation. I have seen presentations come to me with spelling mistakes. Presentations come to me with not proper designing on it. Presentations that have come to me with without a video as well. So all these things are very important. Highlight your business traction by incorporating success story, market analysis, and competitive differentiators, which we spoke about in our earlier slide as well. Now, mastering the art of storytelling in pitching. Now, how do you master this? Your pitch can truly resonate by harnessing the power of storytelling. Now, what was inside you when you tried to, create that product or create your startup? So, if you are not able to resonate yourself with it, then you are not able to create your story as well. Use vivid anecdotes and narratives that showcase your journey, connecting investors with your mission on a deeper level. That what went through, inside you to create this kind of a startup, or what was your vision behind it. Integrate a coherent storyline that highlights the challenges you've overcome, emphasizing your own business effectively, addressing the key industry pain points. Engage investors by illustrating your problem solving approach and positive impact on your solution that you bring to the market. Now, this is how you actually are able to tell a proper story. See, lifelong, we have to be storytellers, whether it's in a business, whether we are learning something, whether we are going to investors. So, might as well master the art of storytelling, which which helps you to get a lot of business as well. So wherever you go, you must be a proper storyteller. Now, data visualization and presentation skills. Incorporate impactful data visualization to simplify complex information and make it easily digestible for your investors. Now, what does this mean? This means that you have to explain your startup to the investor in a layman's language. What happens is sometimes we use really high technological words which the investors don't understand. I remember we were doing a cloud company wherein the founder had put in very technical things on the deck. When the investor said, I didn't understand, can you just explain it to me in a simple layman's language? So it's like you use very simple and easy things and the language just to be able to sell to the investors easily. It's not that the investor knows all the sectors. It's not possible that the investor knows everything about that technology that you're building. So you have to educate him in a simple layman language. Utilize charts, graphs, infographics to illustrate your key data points and market insights effectively. Very important to use less text and more of charts, graphs, videos, pictures to illustrate everything. Focus on effective communication, body language, and vocal modulation to convey your message with clarity and conviction. This is very important, especially when you're on investor calls. You should not muffle with words, or you should not be stumbling down. If you don't have clarity, then you cannot present yourself to the investors. Integrate visual aids, multimedia elements to support your key points, reinforcing your narrative and ensuring a comprehensive understanding. So this is essentially how to have a good presentation skills. Now, financial projections and revenue model clarity. When presenting financial projections, ensure transparency and credibility. Provide a clear breakdown of your financial forecast, including realistic growth projections and risk assessment. Now, when we design financial models, we give a lot of clarity to the investors because we help them understand, what are the realistic numbers. We also give a lot of clarity to the founders because sometimes they have some other figure in their mind. They're not realistic with any numbers. So we have to bring their expectations and bring them down to realistic numbers, which is sellable to these investors. Now you have to you cannot hide information from any investor. Even if you do during your presentation to the investors, later on in the due diligence, you will be caught. So it's better to be clear from the beginning. Now articulate how your revenue streams will evolve over time and how you are going to contribute to long-term sustainability of your business. Now, if you show to the investor that you're going to burn the money, like I have one startup that has come to me that is burning 30 lakhs a month for no reason. So the investor says, I'm not going to put money in such a company who's burning 30 lakhs. So you have to understand that not to burn so much money, but also have proper system and sustain your money along with, increasing your business. demonstrate a comprehensive understanding of market dynamics and financial feasibility, showcasing your adaptness in navigating potential challenges and leveraging market opportunities. This all should go in your financial projections. Hence, sit with the finance guy, let them make this for you so that you get a lot of clarity and how to go about it. Because I'm sure all of you are not like good at finance. Now, in addressing the investors' questions and concerns, prepare for potential investor questions and address them with confidence, showcasing your in-depth knowledge of your business and industry landscape. We have prepared some FAQs for investors that we give to our companies who sign up with us so that they understand that what are the questions that the investors can ask. Anticipate and overcome objections by presenting robust solutions that mitigate potential risks and concerns. Now, all the investors have started something which is called a risk analysis. They have a proper team that does risk analysis even before they come on the call. So if you have, presented this properly on your pitch deck, and even while you're on the call with the investor, then there is a better chance that you will get investments. Demonstrate your proactive approach to addressing the market competition, risks, and scalability, instilling a sense of assurance and trust in your investors, because essentially it's a marriage between the investor and the founder. Now, building credibility and trust. Now, how do you do that? Establish credibility by showcasing your team's expertise, experience, successful track record, highlight their unique skill sets and achievements to instill confidence in your investors. Also, please ensure that all your LinkedIn profiles are up to the mark. Your company profiles are up to the mark, and all the pages are running well, because investors do check these things. Make sure your website is running and always updated. Demonstrate your industry knowledge and insights, emphasizing your understanding of the market trend and potential challenges. Now, if you don't have your own industry knowledge, you don't have any insights about it, and suddenly the investor asks you something which you don't know, then it looks very awkward, because then you've not understood your industry properly. Highlight your business achievements, significant milestones, and strategic partnerships to reinforce your credibility and establish a strong foundation for the investors' trust. Very, very important to always highlight your achievements, position yourself properly in order for you to build that trust and credibility, because credibility really helps. Nowadays, people do call me and ask me that, could you please tell me how is this person, is this term sheet credible or no, is this founder credible or no, because this also I have built it by time. So similarly, you also have to build it by time, so that when people talk about your credibility, your work speaks. Now, negotiation strategies and deal structuring. Now, a lot many times we are not the master of, having these tactics and strategies for successful investor meetings. Sometimes during the investor meeting, straight away they will give you an offer. At that time, you have to be able to tactfully negotiate and understand, how to, get your deal in order. Explore different deal structures and the implications for your businesses and growth sustainability. Now, if you've not explored in the market that, how deal structures work, how are you supposed to speak to the investor, then whatever they tell you, you'll just agree to that and follow that. Then again, it's really not a win-win situation. Assess the potential impact on your long-term goals and discuss flexible structures that accommodate both parties' objectives, fostering a collaborative and productive negotiation process. Now, long-term goals are never discussed. If the investor is saying that, maybe you need to be flexible in these areas, you are unable to accommodate, even when as a founder you are getting the funds. So naturally, if the investor is putting their hard-earned money into your company, they will have an upper hand, and you as a founder need to accommodate and understand what is their objective and what is your objective, and come to a common ground. Now, post-pitch follow-up and relationship management. Now, what happens is many times you are pitching on your own to investors without a professional being in between, and you don't want to follow up, or you forget about follow-up, or if you've met investors during events, you just keep the card, you come back home, you don't follow up. Always, you must have some follow-up strategies to keep the investors engaged. You also need to provide them timely updates. That usually the investor will every monthly also take updates from you. But supposing you're pitching and one investor says, look, I will come back to you after 3 months. You need to have some reminders for that you can follow up and see what that investor has to say after 3 months of your growth. So very important to have relationship management and follow-up skills, which many people lack as well. Our actual capital is our human capital. It is not our financial capital. So the more you build up your human capital, nurture your relationships with these investors, go to several meetings, collaborate, have networking events, um, take feedbacks from investors, keep following up. That is when you'll actually build a proper relationship, not only with the investors, but also with the businesses that you're going to work with. We can move on to the next slide now. And resources and tools that you would need for effective pitching. Now, you need to explore innovative presentation, uh, you know, pitch decks, templates, communication tools. Canva is one, of course, that is correct. Engaged with industry leaders and investors on LinkedIn's venture capital and startup groups. They have put up the link there. Also explore the Founder Institute for free comprehensive workshops. So all the links are mentioned here. Please do, have those links with you and make sure you utilize them so that you can get some free resources. Now, these are some of the book recommendations that I had for everybody here. Start with why. Now, why I've recommended this book, and I insist that all of you should read, because we are very afraid to ask questions because we feel that we are going to be judged. So what happens is that we are not able to grow because our curious mind is asking the question, but we are not speaking it out. So always ask a lot of questions. Start always with why. When you get all the answers, that is when your company will be actually able to grow. So do read this book. This will help you come out of your box and help you ask so many questions and make your mind so curious that automatically you'll start growing your startup. Now, the $100 startup. See, all of us, there's a lot of startup buzz, and all of us want to, find out ways how to monetize our startups that we have built. Now, this $100 startups will help you not only to build your startup in the right manner, but also will help you to get investment. So please do read this. Why I have put the book Power of the Subconscious Mind. If your mind is not in center, then you will never get clarity. You will never be able to attract good things. Everything which is good or bad is inside our subconscious mind, and we attract it from our subconscious mind. When you read this book, you're going to not only attract good things, you're going to get the right kind of direction, you will get a lot of clarity, and hence, you will make less mistakes in building up your startup because you will have a lot of clarity around you. Now, the lean startup. This book helps budding entrepreneurs to build successful startups and navigate through something uncertain that is coming your way. So, this book is very, very famous. I'm sure all of you must have read it. Please do consider reading these books. And are we open to questions now, or we are going to take them up later on?
We'll be open to questions. Whoever would like to ask, you can either you can just drop a question on the chat box. Yes, ma'am, we have our first question.
Yeah.
What is the minimum requirement for getting the investment in terms of company size, company duration since start, your revenue, or is it like that if you are having proper business idea from the starting to begin, but not started, can we get the investment even before starting?
Firstly, you need to present your idea to some advisor who can vet it for you. And after it is vetted, you need to properly have a private limited company with 2 to 3 founders. The first check that you receive is always from family friends. The next one that you received is from usually from VCs and other funds that are there. So there is no specific like a figure for minimum ask, but it all depends from startup to startup, sector to sector, and what is it that you're building. But the first check that you get, say you want a 10 lakh rupees, that you can always get from your family and friends. Are we having more questions?
Okay. Any more questions, guys? Do you have any?
We have, I think, 7, 8.
तो मतलब सबको सब समझ आ गया. In short. Okay, we have a brilliant audience here. Okay, now one question from my side would be, how do you handle so much pressure of starting up? It's not easy.
See, handling pressure is really not an easy task. Mind gets very tired. There are from the morning till the evening, the phone starts buzzing, and you have pressure for clients. Then you have other responsibilities that you need to take care of. But I think because I also do a lot of yoga in the morning, I do go for my morning walks. Before I sleep, I only read good things. Before I go to bed. So I will always read something spiritual so that my mind calms down totally. Now, pressure handling is also an art. We don't learn it instantly. For that, we need to have a lot of patience. I was talking to some other, lady the other day, and she said, I don't have patience. That's why I'm unable to do so many things. Now, patience is very, very important, whether it's your business, whether it's your personal relationships, whether it's any phase of life. The first thing that you need to have is patience. You need to be calm to be handle all kinds of people around you and all kinds of pressure, because that will, uh, you know, the problem is that we fear a lot. So once you take out the fear from your mind, automatically the pressure also reduces. We have more questions.
Yes, ma'am, we have 2 more questions. One is, when making an return on investment plan, what all pointers should one put for the investors? I guess this is for them.
Yeah, so we have some exit plan strategies that usually we discuss with all the investors and the founders. There, with each investor, there is a different return of investment plan, and you don't have to really put that on the pitch deck. It is only discussed once the investor is about to move out from your company. So the most important thing is you must understand what are the different exits and how you can politely exit your investor after you've made your returns. So I
Alright.
think you need to read this book, The Intelligent Investor. It's right here. Please do read that book so you'll get a lot of clarity on how to do this.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I wanted to know something. What is the difference between, or not the difference exactly, but a lot about CCD and CCPS, convertible debentures and convertible preference shares.
See, when you don't have any valuation in your company or you're not able to offer any valuation, the investor usually um, gives you investments based on CCDs. Now, CCDs are very common, but they come with a very small check size of less than 50 lakhs, sometimes 50 lakhs, and very, very few times 1 crore. Now, if you're looking at higher investments than that, then CCD doesn't come into power. But if you're looking at investments below the ticket size of 1 crore, then CCDs come into power, and it's a very good option to get investments. And some people are skeptical. We also have safe notes that people practice a lot and get their investments. So safe note is similar to CCD, but it is not really practiced in India. It is practiced in abroad, and CCDs are more practiced in India with small, really small ticket size investors. You can say micro VCs or some HNIs or maybe some accelerators that want to invest in your company.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so the next question is, ma'am, is it possible to get investment for ideas? Like we have better idea and strategy for our startup, but we aren't getting any clues for investment. And we don't have any contribution from our side, we only just have the idea.
Now, if you are just at your idea stage and even your family and friends are not helping you out with any money, then it's difficult for you to get investments, because why will the investor want to risk on some idea which he is not sure of what's going to happen next, or you don't have clarity yourself, you have not done. So what is your risk? So if you say I'm going to put a 10 lakh and the investor says I'm going to put a 10 lakh on this idea stage, then the company works. But if you say no, I'm not going to put anything, I just have the idea and everything the investor has to put, that will never work. So it's very, very difficult for people to get on idea stage, because sometimes they don't know what they are doing. They have not vetted their business plans from advisors or investment bankers or seniors around them. And they are just, getting into this buzz of startup, which is, they feel because everybody is jumping into it, we need to jump into it. So is Raju SP a student, or could you?
Raju, are you a student? Type yes or no.
Is he a student?
Not sure.
So
Yeah,
if you're a student and you have not done a job for at least 2 years and collected some money of your own and invested in your own startup, then you will not understand what is it to burn somebody's money, which is an investor's money. So if you're a student, please work somewhere for 2-3 years, get the experience, collect your own money, then invest your own money into the startup for you to have that learning as to how it feels like.
Okay. All right, Raju, all the best, man. All the best to you. And the next question is, being an entrepreneur of a consulting advisory, do one need to register the organization started from scratch without any revenue if it is managed single-handedly? If need to be registered, then at which platform MSME or any other platform, please advise.
We
This is
always
formal.
need to register our organization. The company has to be private limited. Is that the question? It cannot be registered as MSME
And
because
the
you've
point
just
is that the
started.
person is a single person. So I think the question is that should she just begin with a sole proprietorship
No,
and
no.
not begin anything else?
If she's looking for investments, then she has to start with a private limited. But if Komal, you're not looking for investments, then you just start with a sole proprietorship, make some earnings in that, get some founders, fix up all your things, then change to private limited.
Okay.
That works.
Ma'am, how should we know about the valuation of the company? And Ajit says that we have started monetizing and got $300,000 and now wanted to get investment. How to showcase higher valuation for investment? We have $900 billion plus market size.
See, you have to get your valuation done from a proper financial person who will give you realistic numbers, make realistic a financial model and valuation for you. And you have to somewhere agree with that professional. What happens is sometimes founders don't want to agree. We had a case wherein this industry, there was when COVID happened, there were floor cleaners and there were sanitizers, and we had given him a realistic valuation, but the CA gave him a very, very high valuation, which was unrealistic. Now we kept on telling him to come down to a figure which was more realistic, but he didn't want. Hence, he never got his investments because he did not listen to his investment bankers and the people who were making the financial model for them. So first, if you want to make your valuations, please come to us. We will assist you with the same. And we'll give you some realistic numbers and we will create your model in such a way that you will be able to get your investments.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. I own an esports event management firm. In 2 years, we have a low revenue of 15 lakhs. Now I want to create an esports SaaS app with Web3 games that caters to creators, gamers, and esport participants. Is it required that I have a CTO for this? And the
If
second
you're
question is,
Yeah.
is it proper time to raise funds and should angel investors invest in this revenue?
So firstly, you're at a very low revenue of 15 lakhs, which you've made in 2 years. If you make this kind of revenue in 2 months, then and you have done this consistently for 6 months, then I think you should step into outside to ask for investments. If somebody from your family and friends is giving you a 25 lakh or a 50 lakh to start off with, please take that as well. Second thing is, if any technology that you're creating, you must always have a CTO. You must always have a CFO in your company. You must always have somebody who's managing the operations and somebody who's a CMO as well, because then only your company can grow. As a individual, you might not have all the skills. So I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, thank you. I think, okay, what's the best platform to get done with the pitch deck?
What is the best platform to get done with the pitch deck? Like I said, you can come to us. We create pitch decks, but we do charge for that. But you can always come to us. We make very good global standard pitch decks, and we'll be able to help you. On your own, it's kind of difficult, but like we had on one slide, Jatin had mentioned Canva. You can use Canva to make your pitch decks.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I think that wraps up the questions. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much, ma'am. Do you have any final words and any final word of advice?
I just want to say one thing, that always believe in yourself, have less of self-doubt, do the best you can, and rest, just leave it, and you will automatically see the results coming if you are persistent, consistent, and patient. um, you know and if you want to reach out to us, please, you can reach out on LinkedIn, on our website, on our Insta handles, and we can help you with anything that you need.
Perfect. And just one last thing is that I will just go back to the PPT. There's a lot of bonus, and I think a couple of you have been asking regarding this slides. Well, all of this is a part of the bonus, but there's a basic catch that and the bonus has a lot of investor database toolkit and template voter and exclusive ebooks. But the catch is that since we are doing a lot of this for free, of course, we don't charge anything. The only one thing that we request you is to post us and give us a shout out on LinkedIn that you have attended the webinar, and please mention Convanto and Vandana ma'am along with Reverr. So this will really help us to guide more people, get in touch with more people, and this would be a really big help. And once you've done that, you can share the screenshot on the group, and we will definitely provide you with the bonus of investor details, fundraising toolkits, and many more things. So with that, I think I take I sign off for this webinar. I look forward to see you in many more masterclass, and thank you so much, Vandana ma'am, and you've been a blessing to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day to all of you, and bye-bye.